Well, good morning, everybody. Sound coming through. Looks like it is. It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, I even forgot to put the starting soon screen on. Oh my God. God, I'm slack. Mr. Ogden, he's joined us on the Discord. Hello, Mr. Ogden.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. He's playing Valheim at the moment, of course. Tommy J, yes, house is actually coming along quite nice. I'll show you some more pictures when I'm here. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Yes, yeah, agree. House is looking great. Was it, Tommy? Blah, blah, blah. G'day, Mr. Mitch. And how was it, Tommy? And Andy Stubbs. G'day. How you doing? We got the usual crowd starting to rock in. Let me just close that. Get that up.
Somebody's got to keep you in order.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, so we had phase 2 of Elite Dangerous launched a couple of days ago. That's looking a lot of fun. And we've been busy this week. Oh my God, tell you, talk about being busy. Let's have a look at the photos. So of course, this is what I'm contending with at home. Like the whole photo. Like Chanya sort of cruising Facebook ads for, beds and vanity units and all that sort of stuff. This is what our bedroom's going to look like. Oh my God. So let me be going the right way. Yes, so she's 45,000. At least I get an idea about what she intends to spend. Look. I very rarely look at this sort of stuff anyway. When it comes to bedtime, that's it. Where's the pillow? I just got to sleep. That one there looks a bit over the top. No, we haven't. And by the way, we haven't bought any of this stuff yet. This is just her cruising through, like internet websites and what do you call it? Facebook posts from. Oh. Okay, so it's colours for. So we actually we had the guys come out to do the quote for the awning over the car park. We're going for this sort of style down here for the awning. Not quite sure the price yet, but we're looking at maybe 160 to 180,000 baht for that, for the whole kit and caboodle. It's got lights and all that sort of stuff, drainage. Proper drainage on it, so that's all coming through together. We were down in Pattaya on Wednesday. How long does everyone think this outbreak will last? Oh, we'll get on the chat about that shortly. We're just heading into phase 3 now. I think not phase 3 or quarantine 3. What would you call it? Lockdown 3. What do they call it?
Wave
the
3.
The third wave. Yes, we're heading into the third wave now. Not the AstraZeneca. That's the freaking. That's the name.
The fourth wave is going to be zombies, right?
I hope so.
I'm scheduled to get my stick tomorrow, so I plan on being patient 0.
Right. So yes, we've had. We'll get onto that shortly, but the UK variant snuck in across the Cambodian border. Again, I've been saying this all along. You just got to lock down these borders, buddy. I know you've got land crossings, and you can see anybody can get a long-tail boat from one side of the river to the other, or they can cross the mountains. It's very hard to control it. But honestly, how many people are in the military? Why don't we have the military lining the borders? Camping out there. That good bivouac, stopping anybody crossing anywhere. But no, it's they don't think like regular humans. But anyway, we were down in Pattaya, so Chanya on the beach there, looking lovely in her little white dress. You probably saw these if you follow me on Facebook. You've probably already seen these photos. She doesn't like Pattaya at all. It's amazing she puts on a brave face when it comes to being down there. But yeah, and tourists? What tourists? Pattaya looks quite bare. What was that? That was the parking slip. So here we are at the hideaway for starting out for the evening. There's a few of the guys. There's Rob there. We're just sort of, preparing, getting ready. They really did the place up nicely with all the posters and all that stuff of Kev. They really did a good job of preparing everything. We were there sort of just on opening or just on starting time. What was that? Those little videos. Is that video going to come? Gotta love her. Yeah, so this is a bit getting on a bit more into the evening. They had to spread out on the street there. A few more faces. Nick, I don't know, Nick was over in that corner there underneath the rib shack. They set up their little gear and all that sort of stuff. Chocolate Man, a few other faces you might be familiar with. I probably can't tell from the back. Nick did a live stream. A couple of other people did some live streams there as well. And of course then we went out Thursday. We went out to the Thai Wazza, which is one of the big hardware stores. She just took that down so she could call them. These are the guys that did the air conditioning fit out, which we'll get to in a minute. And then they also do renovations and sort of additions and all that sort of stuff. So she's got the number for them. So we were. That was one of her photos, me walking around there. Yeah, so the air conditioning going in.
Lights are on. There's somebody home.
Yeah, lights are on. So there's the compressor on the back end of the house there. That's the one for the master bedroom, or our bedroom. The air conditioner in the computer room. So we've gone 12,000 BTU in the master. We've got 12,000 BTU in the second bedroom, and I got 9,000 in the computer room. And interesting, we put all three of them on full ball, and we could stand downstairs with the doors open, and you could actually feel the cold air falling down the stairs, which is pretty good. So in my book, that's a pretty good rating. The other two compressors on the other side. The downstairs ones, they won't go in until we actually move house. But these guys are going to come and dismantle the two that we've got here, which is the one in our bedroom here and the one in Mother's bedroom. They'll actually take them out, and then they will move them and put them into the downstairs over here as well. But yes, of course the truck's not ours, the truck's theirs. I could have had a shave yesterday, I think. Probably could have a shave today as well.
Yeah, just grow back.
That's right. I took there's some night shots over the village, or the Muban. Can't wait to see what the little area there's going to look like when they pull all that down in the centre and make the little park area, the green spot. I'm pretty sure they'll end up putting a gym in there. What she's doing, what she's photoing there. Yeah, so that was outside there. What's that? That's across the back end of the house. Got some little videos there. Yeah. Well, somebody was asking about. That's right. Rob asked us, "How's our room going?" I said, "Well, there you go. The air conditioner's in your room. You might have to be, when we do the housewarming party, you may have to be sharing it with 50 other people, because so many people said they're coming from all over the country just for the housewarming party. So it's going to be pretty crowded." I have no idea what she's posted there. You know what she's like. Anyway, and of course that was just us out at Rongram Roysip, having a steak dinner. Well, I think just stopping. And that was it. So there's the photos from this week. So how's everybody? What have I missed? How long does it?
Me to read what?
How long does look? This thing here. It's the third wave. We're in third wave right now. They've shut down all the bars and massage parlours across 43 locations in the city. This is sort of, basically, I think that's it's become Fear the Walking Dead. What's that new series, Fear of the Walking Dead? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead. So they're so fearful of shutting everything down now because a total shutdown, which is the only way that's in the last 2 times that we've had the wave, the only way we got on top of it, or they've got on top of it, is doing a total shutdown, right? They are so fearful of a shutdown because it'll completely ruin the economy, that they're now doing this piecemeal shutdown entertainment venues. I'm sorry, the cat's out of the bag, and it's the UK variant, so it's just good. I wouldn't be surprised within a week we'll be seeing 1,000 cases a day. Can I? Yeah, we're going to put bets on that one. Mr. Mitch, gosh, that's a difficult one to answer. Yes, I believe this will be happening for many years to come, until we get vaccines that work and things like that. And again, it'll just be like flu virus and stuff. You'll go and get your flu shots. 2 to 3 years from now, people will ignore the whole thing. The virus will mutate into something either more deadly, or the population will get thinned out. It's going to be just the way it's going to go. It's just one of those things. This is what happens when you play around with genetic mutations of viruses. And I don't care what anybody sort of says, I still firmly believe that it was created, because that's what they do. They create these things, and they create antibodies and create ways, it's all to do with germ warfare. They've been doing it since the bloody First World War with mustard gas and shit like that. How do you kill all the population off? New house. Anyone want to play house? You can be the dad. I'll be the right. Let's set up a table, mummy. You can go play. Yeah, really, Stephen. By the way, I did a bit of a walk around. I got some video footage. I've got to get into videos for next week. Got work to do, but. There's actually quite a few vacant buildings in the estate there, so anybody want to come and join us in that estate, all you need is as I said to Stephen, I said in the video footage that I've done, all you need is a Thai partner who can buy the house. You can support her, and you can move in there too. A few of the places, from what I understand, Chanya got approval. A lot of other ones that had been assigned, those people haven't been able to get the loans from the bank. So when you start to compare the fact that the Chanya has a valid business, what were these other people doing? Why didn't they get approved? But such is life. Soy Dog Cowboy, how you doing? Good to see you along again. To Tommy J, until they get the meds spread over the good part of Thailand, I think, yeah. Well, the good thing is the fact that there's just been a bit of clarification. Private companies or private hospitals are now allowed to source their own supply, and they can do a subsequent, what they call inoculation services, at a cost to people. So supposedly the government rollout is I don't think there's a cost involved when they start to do the area vaccinations. That's a free vaccination service. But private hospitals are now allowed to source their own supply, which they will be then allowed to inoculate people for a cost. So the whole thing is becoming when you start to see that, you can obviously see there's no doubt in my mind now that this thing here is just a money grab, because every country is broke and they're being run by the pharmaceutical companies. I'm sorry, it's just the way it looks. You can't make it look any different. When it becomes a financial incentive to do the right thing, then you can only hold them responsible for the fact that they've the whole thing's a fake. Got to get the monks to bless the house. Yes, we'll be doing that. We are looking into actually sort of officially move in by the end of April. So the carport will go on at the end of May. The curtains will go in next week, which will give it, start to make the house look pretty. What else is there? we've got to get these VFix guys out to quote to do the kitchen. The kitchen area is the most important thing we need to be working on in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Or what's our calendar gone on? What's our calendar to say? Okay, so it's the 10th, so curtains go in there. We hope to have the kitchen done by the 24th. But they're concerned about, the ground settling, and I said you can get ground compacting out. If we can get get some ground compactors, that's the big hammers over the ground at the back of the house there. We can get that pushed down, and we should be able to lay a slab fairly well, even if we put a couple of poles down into the soil. But yeah, so we've got to get the slab down at least, so we can get the water tank on, and at least get the walls up, so that we can have the mother's area. And I'm sure we're going to get a whole bunch of people saying, there you go, spending money again. Oh my God, the amount of freaking, what we call useful idiots on the channel that have got no idea of business. Right, okay, so I can't open a business here in Thailand, and it's a lot of job, lot of work to go through the process of setting up a business visa. I'm quite happy on my OA retirement visa, but I put 200,000 baht down to set, a couple of years ago for Chanya to get a salon going. Right, that's been a very effective investment. She makes her own money. Right, and of course the other sort of side is I now need to spend probably another 200,000 baht to make a kitchen and annex at the back of the house, which will be where mother does her little work, because that's one thing I don't want to do. I don't like here. We got it all downstairs in the lounge room, which is okay. It's a temporary house, but we don't really want that in our house. We want, we'll make a nice little annex, extension to the house up to the wall, which I sort of, in the video that comes out next week, you'll see where that sort of goes and basically the shape. But she'll get 2 or 3 sewing machines in there. She'll get a cooking area. We'll have the water tank in there, the washing machine in there. It'll have a roof on it. It will be a nice little area for mother. Again, it costs me 200,000 baht, but at least then she stays employed. She makes her own money, right? If I don't have her doing something to make her own money, then it's coming out of our pocket, isn't it, as a family? This is smart business without actually having a business. Make it possible for her to do what she likes doing. She actually likes doing that sort of work. So people just don't understand this sort of stuff. It's amazing how people just get lost in this whole game. But again, so many people just don't know how business works, do they? Stephen Monash, can you show them again? I missed the photos. Oh, okay, I suppose I can go through there. Where am I going to go? Over here. I'm going to go photos. Let me sort of resize it so it's... just bear with me while I get everything resized. Where will we go? So, what do you want, the house stuff or what? I don't think you really want the... okay, well, start. This is what I was going through. So this is the bedroom suites that she's looking at. All the bedroom stuff. Give me obviously costing, so under 50,000 baht to get a nice bedroom suite. 43. Come on, Stephen, come over and get me hair coloured. I could just see Stephen with blue hair. This one here, the picture at the bottom here, this is the sort of style of the awning we'll have at the car park area. Doing a sort of a dark grey or even a black. What else is there? These are the pictures of Patia. Flicking through those. That was our parking stub. The pictures early in the evening with all the pictures of Kev and Co up on the ceiling there. They really did a good job of promoting and the remembrance side of the work that Kev did and the camaraderie he developed within the vlogging community over here in Thailand. He was a very integral part of what we did over here. More photos, yes. These are the VFix guys. Yeah, these are the photos of the house, the ones that Chanya took. It's amazing the difference in the camera, isn't it? Compressor on one side there. Oh yeah, so yeah, the kitchen area will go in this area here. So this is, we'll probably take it up to that gap there. So this window will still be open, but those windows, this is Mother's room and towards the back of the house. Those windows will overlook into her kitchen area and her work area. It'll all be covered in there, so it'll be sort of waterproofed. The water tank will be in the back there. But that'll cost a couple of 100,000 baht to do all that. 3 air conditioners upstairs. There's the compressors. The guy's working hard. It took them 8 hours to finish that job, so from 12:30 to about 12:30 to 7:30. What's that? So 7 hours to put it all in for 3 compressors. Looking out the rooms at night across the estate, looking out the back of the house, and the spare room, which will all get done up and all set up. And that was us just going out for dinner, grabbing food last night. There you go. Yes, Mr. Mitch, yes, there was a thing of a 7-Eleven and a monitor lizard. I guess it's migration season. We actually had a monitor lizard running across the soy here yesterday as well, or not where we are, but just down the road. Stopped traffic while it was coming from point A to point B. He got scared and then ran back in his hole again. That one, the other one, that was a huge one. Patrick? Is that Patrick? I've just lost you. Patrick. G'day Patrick, how you doing? Sick puppy, I'm sorry, but this is not the 3rd wave for Thailand. This is your 1st wave. Thailand never had a wave to start with. Be very careful. Well, it depends on what you look at. So, we had the 1st wave when it first entered Thailand. I would call that a wave, and there was a quick reaction. Meant the fact that the wave did not go anywhere. So it was the 1st phase. The 2nd phase was the outbreak we had with Samasakon. That was a wave, but it was localized and very quickly sort of stepped on, managed to suppress it. But this one here, yes, this one here will be the one that will go plus 1,000 a day. And it really depends on how you look at these sort of things. Everything will be okay. Had the flu shot. He had the flu shot this week. They're still giving flu shots. Amazing. What is it? Soy dog. Had my first Moderna. Okay. So you did, Oggy. So you said you're doing yours, are you? You're getting yours done this week. He's there. He's turned me down, I think. Hey, Oggy, are you getting your shot this week or something? Did you say you're getting your shot?
Tomorrow, I'm getting the Pfizer.
Oh, you're getting the Pfizer tomorrow. So it's your first shot tomorrow, and then what? 4 weeks later, you get a second shot or something. Is that right?
3. I've got my appointment for my second one 21 days later. So 3 weeks later, I go in for the second shot.
Okay, fair enough. So that's tomorrow. So tomorrow's for you is Saturday.
Yes.
And you got to work Saturday and Sunday as well. That's gonna be fun, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I'm so yeah. I'm supposed to. We'll see if I do or not. I've got so much stuff to do around the house that work is kind of. I mean, work's important, but getting my projects done around the house are important too. So. Yeah,
well, they said, like Phuket, we're looking at opening the 1st of June or something, and of course they've just had 15 cases yesterday there, and it is the UK variant, so I'm pretty sure that Phuket, their opening in June is going to be sort of completely squashed. Everything that's been talked about for the last couple of weeks about opening tourism, well, that'll all be shot to pieces. It was bound to happen.
Well, I'm starting to think next year is probably going to be my time to come over.
Well, that's it. It's just it's the delay. It's just I can't believe that it took. Like we went and ordered the air conditioning on Thursday, and it's being installed on Friday. Sometimes things happen here in Thailand very quickly. But when government seems to get involved, I think there's got too many people in government fighting each other about making decisions that things just get held up. We should have had that vaccine already distributed across half the country already by now.
Well, they can't keep up with the production on it.
Well, they're making it here.
Are they? I thought the one you were getting was coming in out of China.
From what I understand, they got license for the AstraZeneca to be made here in Thailand labs. So they say make it here and ship it elsewhere. Well, come on. The whole thing is commercial.
All right.
The whole thing is a commercial entity. It's no longer about saving the race, the humanity. It's about a commercial concern. Right, every one of these bloody these vaccines is patented, can't be copied. Of course, you've got to cover your losses, but governments should have covered the development costs, right, across the country, and every vaccine should have been released, right, to every country. There you go, get your labs making it, and we'll get it out to the people as soon as possible. That's what should have happened when the first one was discovered. But hey, this is what we live in. It's now no longer about the human race. It's about who can win, who can get the most money out of everything. The advice coming out of the peanut gallery. Stephen, once you own the house, you save all the rent money. Well, as I said, that's what we've talked about. People, again, the useful idiots that come on and make comments on these videos, they just really don't have a clue. If you have a choice of paying a mortgage to pay off your own asset versus paying rent to pay off somebody else's asset, what would you choose? Like, that is just, there is no discussion in that. That is a no-brainer. What economic school did you come from, you completely useless idiot? Thank you for your views and comments. It only boosts our SEO score and helps YouTube make money. But you're just a completely useful idiot, as they say. I got no problem. You can come and make comments. Making comments which make no sense whatsoever. The people who come to my channel, they read the comment section. Like I don't even get involved in these comments. I just do the standard reply, and I let our good people sort of chew their fucking ass off because I can't be bothered fucking wasting the keystrokes on them. But again, it's still that's a comment. That's how the videos get boosted, so that you get more views. Is basically people interacting with the video. So the more you interact with the video, the more it gets boosted gets presented to more people, because YouTube, the algorithm does that. That's what it does. That's how it works. But they don't understand. They got to have their 2 cents worth. God, I'm so far behind on the scroll. Let me has Chanya begun decorating the yeah, we got the Will 86. That's a new name. Yes, well, she's ordered. We had the girl in yesterday. One of her friends does the drapery, so she was measuring up yesterday. That'll probably go in next Thursday or Friday. Yes, R.I.P. Kevin. Yes, it was a good party, Stephen. Let's see if I can catch up. That's pretty quick. JCVDD, congrats on your home. Nerd question: what's the fastest internet connection you can receive at your house? Okay, so that's actually in the videos. It'll be out next week. So after we ordered the air conditioning, we then got the keys cut. So talk about Keymaster. Where are they? Yes, that's my set of keys. God. Feel like something from The Matrix. Every room is keyed different. But yes, where's the other keys? Pocket, yeah. So, yeah, that was the key ring they gave us.
I'm sorry, but the first thing I would do is hire a locksmith to key them all alike.
Well, that's just work. That's a cost that we can definitely bear to deal with. You know, like it's no inconvenience, like as if they're going to get locked. But yes, we got the keys cut, got all that done, had dinner. No, we didn't come and we did dinner. Then I just have to go back to my video cut just to see what we did. But yeah, then we stopped up at 3BB in Omyai there, sat down for half an hour, and they looked at the thing, and that'll be in end of next week. Anybody can guess how much the fibre connections, FTTX, fibre to the house, have a guess how much that's going to cost, right? What does it cost in Australia to get fibre to the house? And we'll wait for those comments to come through. And then I'll tell you how much it costs to get the fibre connected to our house. Robert Groves, g'day, how you doing? Good to see you there. I'm just trying to catch up with all the... if you yell, will the models leave you alone? I don't think talking to model is going to do any good. Keyone, Key1 Nunes, like some of these names. 3Js, g'day, how you doing? Congrats on your home. Hope things smoothly move in. Well, as I said, we are hoping that everything's going to go through as per the plan. Bruce Grant, g'day. My second dose on Robert Mack, good on you. How did the first dose go? Did you feel too bad with it? Did it have any side effects? I believe a few people get a bit of soreness and sore limbs and things like that. Catching up. I will take nothing. Robbie Groves, good morning. All good. Australia has ordered 20 million more Pfizer doses, but won't be here until September. That sucks. Yeah, again, I just don't think that that certain countries are getting priority because I think they pay more for it or something like that. That's how it must be working. Because people getting, like countries like Thailand seem to get pushed back in the list because they're not paying so much for it. I really don't know what's going on there. But as I said, as far as I'm concerned, the patent should have been wiped off the slate, so any lab could make it as long as there's full checks and balances, make sure it's well made. Then there's certainly there's plenty of labs doing diddly squat with other shit at the moment. Bit later, May, June, I think. Okay, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and it's all over. Possibly. God. Good morning, Robert. UK variant, Brazil variant, South. It doesn't dare say China virus. Yes. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Well, it's really not. It's again, whether it came from China or came from America, we really don't know. There is evidence out there to suggest the fact that there was a pneumonia causing virus well before December. And it was seen in an American sort of location. But again, it's most of that information has been suppressed. Wasting keystrokes. Yes, exactly. I'm actually American, but I'm very proud to call many Australians my friends. Yeah, so look, Mitch. I got many American friends, my friends. I don't think they're all dicks, but there's certainly a lot that
I resemble that remark.
There's certainly a lot that I wouldn't give the time of day to. I had a lot of people in the playing Second Life, and seriously, the people who are playing Second Life, they're not that bright. I had a lot of American friends that basically. The world started at the Atlantic Ocean and finished at the Pacific Ocean. They really had no idea they had an inkling that there's other countries in the world, but basically they were so nationalistic bent that you ask them what the capital of Australia is, they'd have no clue. Where's Australia? Sort of attitudes. I don't know how your school system works over there, but it really is quite appalling. I agree. What does algorithm mean? Kitty cat. What is key every door has 3 keys. We have 36 keys in the house. So you get the same problem, have you, Rob? you got every key is different. No master key. You'd think that you'd have a master, but no, it's just one of those sort of things. It's the way they do shit. Yep, we'll get to the pricing in a minute, but I did sort of say, how much do you think it was going to cost to get it installed? The only phobia anywhere near me comes in powdered form. It's supposed to keep you regular.
Yeah, here they call that Metamucil.
Yeah, well, that's what coffee does me. Coffee gets me moving, especially real coffee. And interesting enough, real coffee works. Instant coffee, no, doesn't work. It's a bit of a strange one. Where are we going? Go. So I had no issues getting with the shot. Okay, so Robert, you're all good. First dose, the doctor makes airplane sounds. The second dose, you hear the ambulance sound. Thanks, Stephen. Stephen's in good form today. Tommy J, will you...
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Tommy J, will you be in charge of decorating your man cave? Yes, that's the only room I get to decorate myself is the man cave. Look, the curtains, she was going to put pink curtains, and I said, if you put pink curtains in my man cave, I'll file for divorce. That's it, I'm out of here. I'm not having pink curtains. Of course, that was all tongue-in-cheek, but she knew what I meant. It's okay, you can put the grey curtains in, but, to match up with everything else you're doing. That's all you're putting in my room. And as I said, the air conditioning goes on that wall. They wanted to put it over the window. I said, no. I have my computer desk will be here, the computer equipment will be there, the UPS will be there, the printer will be there, and if you get a leak on the air conditioner, because the air conditioners leak, there's so much humidity. If there's a blockage or a gecko crawls up the water spout on your thing, they can block up that drain very quickly. Right, and next thing you know, the water's running down the front of your air conditioner. Right, and if it's got computer equipment underneath, it's going to completely ruin it. I said, it goes on that wall. There'll be nothing on that wall apart from the air conditioner. So it cost a little bit extra for the extra piping they needed to do that. But that wasn't a major issue. The installation charge for the 3 altogether was 4,500 baht. The installation was free, but all the pipe work and all the other bits and pieces cost 4,500 baht. This is a weird way they do this shit. The pricing's all on the video that I'll be making, so you'll get an idea. But yeah, so that's all done. I gave them a 500 baht tip, and they were very happy with that, because we do want them to come back to do the moving of the other 2. So keep them happy, give them a tip, so that they'll be only too happy to come back. Chanya's got their number, and we'll see them again. PopeKael Mai, see you again. But yes, so that's it. The decoration. Well, there's actually not going to be much decoration. It's just there's going to be this desk will go in. I've got to put some strip lighting on the ceiling so that I can get more brightness, so I can get off this particular the XSplit capture, which gets the shadow because of the way that it's the way it captures, and then go back to the blue screen or the chroma key. Chroma keys, when one of the recent adjustments I did on Streamlabs there, it was too hard to balance the colour and the saturation and everything else, and it was just, and of course that's because I don't have enough light for the chroma key to work. So I'll make sure I get a lot more light in the room for that. Then again, I may stay with the XSplit. It's only a live stream. US government financed the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, did they? Yeah, but unfortunately, they're still patented with those labs. The patent's not free. They won't give up the manufacturing license. It's all about money. How many dicks? how many dicks? William, as long as we have our own free choice, it will be good. Danger comes when compulsory or not the voluntary. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, whether we'll actually have compulsory vaccines or not. Well, when it comes around, like I've got no problem having it. I'm not going to go chase it. But year after year after year, it'll depend on sort of what's happening and what's happening with it, and of course how the mutations occur. So there's a lot to think about in that thing. The virus will mutate just like all viruses mutate.
Well, I mean, it is a mutation, so that's why it's COVID-19. Not the first COVID.
Yeah, why do pizzas come in square boxes and you eat in triangles? I don't know. It's just one of those things there, Yota. You're both. You're both. One of the weird things. We Americans are too busy working and raising a family to care about geography and history. We always ready to fight to save Australia, like we did back in World War II. Well, I do remember there's a lot of cases here in World War II, and especially in the Vietnam War, that a lot of American lives were saved by the gung-ho attitude of the Australians that were posted over there. But of course you won't hear those stories because they're not nationalistic. But as I said, my father had to deal with it. Lost a lot of good friends through that period of time, and we did hear the stories, real stories, not the ones you'll hear in the news. Anyway, enough of that. Not trying to sort of piss up a wall. But again, news is very much filtered to keep the Americans happy to think that they're the best in the world, right? They're 8th in literacy, 23rd in the only thing that America is top on is that they're the most incarcerated people in per population. What else is there? What are the other ones that the top three? But yeah, I'm not going to go into that. Air conditioner, air conditioner has to go on the outside of the walls. The compressors go on the outside, yes. Otherwise, the hot air flows back in the thing and let's not worry about that, Stephen. I'm almost caught up. There we go. You won't be able to kneel in my room, Rob, without your head. Yes, right. You won't use his room. I think you just could come over and buy one there, Stephen. You go, sell your house in Perth and come over and buy one of these ones. All you need is a lovely girl to shack up with, and you'd be right. The J&J vaccines have the same issues as with the severe blood clots. Both vaccines are used the same. Different from Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines. From what I understand, that's pretty much correct. But we only hear the blood clot issue from the AstraZeneca because that's a post-Brexit issue, which alienates the UK and the UK separation from the EU. So there's a lot of nationalistic bent on this whole issue. Okay, so they're talking about blood clots in one person every 500 or every 5,000 people run the risk with a 0.2% chance that it'll actually affect them. Come on, it's makes sense. Yeah, you got to track the data, but seriously, let's just not blow this thing. Let's make a mountain out of a molehill. Do you want the pneumonia, which has a higher percentage of chance for that age group than the actual blood clots? Well, if you're going to get the pneumonia sort of cause, you're probably going to die anyway. So we're saving a lot more people. It makes sense to me. Your general health is the primary factor. If you've got bad health, you're going to suffer. We've spent the last 100 years with the medicines destroying the natural immune system of our human race. Double locks. Mr. Mitch, I'm done with you. So thank you for your opinion, but really you're beating a dead horse. Cannot change anything from what you do. Okay, so stop fighting, guys. Here to have fun. Make their own choices. We are going to have to be back. Going to have to be back. Is that right? Back to intercline without quarantine. So I got mine kicked in the butt. Yeah. So again, this is all still part of the mandate. Vaccinated people will be able to bypass quarantine. That's something that's going to happen, but whether you can actually get in the country or whether Phuket's going to actually have the quarantine zone and all that sort of stuff, that's still now up in the air. Yes, the Aussies did good on arm and we appreciate it, but Americans really did not think we are the best. We just look at doing our own football, barbecue, baseball and religion. Exactly. I do think that in order to travel to some international that you will need to be proved that you've gotten vaccinated. There's no doubt about that. They've already got they've already said anybody coming out of any part of Africa must do the minimum 14 days in quarantine here. But again, you've got people coming in that bring money, and you've got people crossing the border that don't bring money. It's a completely stuffed up system. It really is, and that's how the UK variant going to come in through Cambodia. That's their best estimate now because of the spread of the UK variant in Cambodia from the numbers and everything else. They're putting one and one together to make three. It's a long river, and it's fairly easy to cross it with a paddle boat, and you can't put. Well, you probably could put troops, every 500 yards across that river. There's enough troops in the army to do that, but again, how do you stop the graft and paying the army people and to turn a blind? You get the ideas. People want to make money. They cross from Cambodia into Thailand, into those border towns to sell their fish and sell their cannabis and sell their everything else. You know how it works. It's economics. And again, I keep on.
Get a load of this.
Yeah.
Here in the U.S., it's like you can't cross into Mexico unless it's essential travel.
Yeah.
But get a load of this. There is a resort town that's across the border from us.
Mm-hmm.
And visiting the resort town is essential travel because it's essential to the financial livelihood of that town. So you're allowed to go on vacation to Rocky Point because it's essential to Rocky Point. You're allowed to, it's like, really?
Look, the human race is destined to failure. This is why the Fermi paradox is a paradox. It's not a paradox. Anybody that actually could actually had the technology to fly a spaceship, at least 4.5 light years from their source planet to destination, would they even bother stopping here? No, obviously not. So there you go. That solves the Fermi paradox. They've taken a look at it and they said, "No, we are not going there." Alpha Centauri, yeah. Let's go to Barnard Star. That looks more appealing. My cousin is okay. Going to boost it. This new variant is spreading too fast in Thailand. I'm worried that it gets out of control. Look, I have no idea. I've got no qualms about sort of agreeing about. Look, this is going to be the wake up call. Stop your infighting in government. That the only way you're going to stop this is you're going to have to lock things down again. That's it. Okay, it's going to hurt a lot of people, but you've had a year to deal with the possible outcomes of this shit. The only thing that they got on their side is the fact that it's only a small percentage of people who will actually, we had 350 cases yesterday. Something like only 10 of those or 15 of those were hospitalised. Everybody else is basically they're a carrier, and it's what they call what's that word they use? They're not showing any fucking words.
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic. Oh God, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my head. Losing my scruples here. I can't remember.
That's okay. Just keep Mr. Knowledge over here, and I'll keep you filled in.
As I said, I'm just too relaxed in my lifestyle here. I'm forgetting the English words I used to be very good at. Mangarewa.
Oh, those are American words. They're not English.
Well, that one there that's Thai. If you don't know what meng araiwa means, then.
Oh no, I was talking about asymptomatic. I mean, that's got to have been created by an American.
Yeah. Paul in Sydney, g'day. How you doing? House looks it's coming along quite nicely. Now she's talking about colours inside the house. Look, darling, I'm not worried. You're the artist, Look at what you do with the hair and the clothing, and you've won competitions, or she hasn't directly won the competitions, but the girls that she's done in these little pageant things, they've always she tends to always get first prize with what she does with the traditional makeups and shit like that, and she's very artistic when it comes to that sort of stuff. So she can definitely sort of do the house decorations. So nobody actually come on and guessed how much it was going to cost to connect the internet.
Stephen said 10K.
Did he? 10K? What, 10K baht?
I don't know. He just said 10. Maybe what I forget. I forget what he actually wrote. Where was it?
Anyway, so because nobody really did a guessing competition, so we dropped into 3BB, right? They brought up the map and they said there's a drop point there. Yes, 40,000. He said.
Robert Mack said 15,000.
Right. So
Stephen Monash said 40,000.
40,000 seats. Yeah, okay. So they said there's the FTTP point there. That's where it drops out of their infrastructure into the allocation. It's actually going to cost us 3 months service rent in advance, and that's
so they'll put it in if you prepay 3 months.
They put it in for free if I prepay 3 months, right? And
Cool.
a month worth, and it's 749 baht a month. That's for one gig down, with half a gig speed up, no data limits, right? Basically exactly what I got here. We've just had to pay out. Basically it cost 1,800 baht. Yeah.
2,100.
18, so 3 sevens are 20. Oh, there was a 3% discount as well because we paid 3 months in advance.
Well, will they give you a 12% discount if you pay 12 months in advance?
I don't know. I don't get involved in that sort of stuff. This is just Thailand for you. But come on, that's fibre to the premises with the equipment, right? And it'll be installed next week. So the curtains go in next week, and so does the internet. What's Australia doing? I hear, I've been reading, the guy in charge of the Supreme Commander over there, Dark Helmet? What's his name? Biden.
Dark Helmet.
Biden. He's now going down the Australian national broadband path. He reckons that they should make it uniform across America. Is that right? That's the way I'm reading it.
Not that I've heard of.
He's pushing this. Everybody should be entitled to broadband technology. He wants to make sure.
That's because the rural areas are underserved because there is no cable or pots.
Exactly.
Well, there's pots out to them, but there's no cable. Pots obviously won't work on that long a distance.
Yeah, well, that's
So
the
they'll
thing.
push out, but they won't do pot. They won't do it over pots. They'll do actual cable all the way to the house, like I've got here.
Yeah, but the problem is, we went through that same decision-making process 15 years ago, right?
Okay,
15 years later, you can see it doesn't work. So why would you even think it? What you
well,
need?
no. What Australia has is pots. It's not cable. I'm talking coax, and they've got high speed over coax, 1 gig plus speeds.
Yeah, but that's how you feed her. That's your feeder speeds. You can go cable. You can get FTTX from your feeder like that as well. That's not impossible. That's how it's served in Thailand. It's actually it is the 1 gig synchronous is the cable that connects all the major connections, and then that splits out to the fibre connection to the home. But as I said, like Australia's still serving still serving VDSL over copper cable.
Yeah, they're doing DSL. The only people that do DSL in the U.S. are the phone company, because those are their lines.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But anyway, so it's one of those things.
They do it to compete, but but they can't compete. They can't offer the speeds.
Yeah.
But they can offer it where the cable company isn't yet.
But anyway, I know there's a big push. It didn't work. It needs to be left in the hands of private companies. You need to mandate this is the way it should have been solved in Australia. You have to sort of so much of your customer base must be provided for, and you need to stretch limits, stretch goals to cover more people in rural areas if you want to have a license to service broadband. That's the way you would have done it. But the thing is,
I think the outlying areas are be going to, what is that, Starlink, whatever the Elon Musk system that's going up.
Yeah, well, that's probably the way they'll do it. Yeah, that's the way they'll get around the problem.
And they're already doing Wi-Fi hotspots through the if the area is served by cellular network, but that stuff's not cheap. That's expensive internet. But for schooling purposes, it's being supplied to families with students so that they aren't left behind.
I like this one, Roger Ritchie. I don't think Americans are nationalistic. In a survey a few years ago, fewer than half of Americans could locate New York or Ohio on
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's
true. Try
just the schooling system. Like, they've been dumbing down populations around the world. I think George Carlin sort of said it best. They don't want a thinking population, because the thinking people are too hard to control. So that's it. They used to teach cooking in school. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore.
Nope. What was wrong with teaching cooking in school?
Home ec is a thing of the past.
Warren, my wife says, "Well, hello, how are you?" Forgotten her name as well. She's a lovely girl. But anyway, remember, forget so many people's names. Remember, you can't control who walk into your life, but you can choose which window to throw them out of. Exactly right, Bruce. That's exactly right.
You can also decide how deep to bury them.
Yeah. Oh, when you do that, of course, make sure you plant endangered species above it. Yes, because then they can't dig it up.
The proper way to do it is you put the body down, couple layers, couple feet of dirt, then you put a dog or some kind of animal corpse down,
right,
and then you put the endangered species.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see,
because that way, when they start digging, they get the corpse stuff. They go, oh, there's a body down here. They get to the dog, and oh, they buried their pet and put the plants on top of them.
Yeah. Okay. So come here for more tips on how to get rid of your unwanted neighbours.
This is called Taxman Disposal 101.
Taxman Disposal 101. Let me just move this cup of coffee out.
Not that I would advocate the removal of any tax personnel or government people.
I've got to show you this. So I got that through. Back in a sec. Back in the window in a second. I think that's the other one. That's the third one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. So I got 3 new singlet t-shirts. This is what I normally wear around the house. So I got this one. How's that one look? I know it's probably. Let me just turn the. Where's my XSplit? Let's just go to original. Yeah. So, yeah, that's. Hey, you like that one?
Is that one from Pattaya?
I got that one from Pattaya. So number 2. Well, that's not number 2. There's this one here. There you go. That's to match my mask, so I can wear the t-shirt and the mask. I'm going the wrong way because it slips the other way. So I thought that one there. I thought that was pretty good. And the third one, and I think this is one you always have to get when you go to Pattaya, isn't it? You have to get this one. Good guys go to heaven, bad guys go to Pattaya.
That's a good one.
200 baht each. Bit expensive, but that's alright. How'd you get them?
I want Thailand Rob's t-shirt that says "I'm looking for a Thai wife."
We're going to buy them, don't you? Doesn't he sell them on his shop or something?
Yeah. I haven't bought one yet. But
I just haven't bought one.
Before I come over, I'm going to get one.
Well, you got to get one. Get one. Yes, that's it. What else we got? Just watching the time. So we're an hour into the thing already. Just Saturday mornings seem to rock on, don't they? 2 weeks. Remember that we would be on top of them 1 year later. Just falling. Yeah, I know. In Australia, if one house goes out in the storm, the whole street goes out. Is that right? Well, that's power usually does that. Yeah. Soy 6 is soy 6 is a hottie spot. Well, we did walk down soy 6 in Pattaya. It was one of those soys I did want to walk down there. As I said in the video footage I've got, although I didn't video soy 6, I was at the bottom of the street, took a quick look up the street, but we walked up the street, but I didn't video up the street, got out of the street, and then another comment was the fact that interesting how we've got, probably 5 girls per bar on average and 1 guy per bar on average. I said, it must be great being a foreigner sitting here in Pattaya with 5 girls to take care of your every need.
5 hungry women.
5 hungry women to every guy. It's to be single.
Yeah. Well, it would be single and rich. That would be the kicker.
Stephen Monash, Americans still think the Great Wall of China is to keep the rabbits out. You're going to have a few Americans knocking on your door very soon, Mr. Monash.
To keep the rabbits out? I don't understand that.
Well, see, we've had like myxomatosis and things like that in Australia. These vast things. So they did fencing, inverted commas, walls around Australia to keep the rabbits out because there was mixing into the livestock, and the myxomatosis was a big issue through the 60s, and I think even through the 70s as well. Killing off the rabbits, but it was also killing off the natural wildlife too, and walls didn't have any effect. We took a bit of a wander around the neighbourhood into the first couple of streets last night, yesterday, while we were having the air conditioning guys there, and waved to a few people and mentioned Banpum Moi, Banpum Mai, Roy Bear, number 18. So get an idea that they want to know that we are moving in, and we've got that number around there. And then Chanya was obviously say something as well. But so they get an idea. They get a look at the face. We still haven't any gates on the thing. The gatehouse hasn't been done. The boom gate's not done. But we've only got probably 30% of the houses actually occupied. and probably when we start to think about it, probably not even 30% of the houses are occupied. So we're still one of the early mover inners. And again, there's a few of those places that were allocated and they'd started working on, people have had to bail because the bank won't loan them. So it's interesting. So Chanya's obviously done better than what most average Thais will do, which I think is pretty positive.
Indeed.
Zeniel, how you doing? Hey, you got to go, guys? Okay, so William, good to have you along under instructions from her who must be obeyed. Yeah, I know how that goes. What's the whistling going in the back there? Let me just see. Oh, okay. Richie, you got a bit of feedback. Can you sort the feedback out?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
How's that?
That's better. That's better. How you doing?
Good, mate.
Good, mate. He says.
Good, mate.
So yeah, you're in Brisbane, aren't you? I think you said you're in Brisbane.
No, I'm in Sydney.
Oh, you're Sydney. Okay, God. It's me. I got so many people. I got to try to remember where they live. So how's Sydney going in the current rollout situation?
I think it's all right. I think it's flying into WA. You get issues.
What they've got?
Queensland had issues.
Well, they got a lockdown on the people coming down and in through the airports. To stop the spread?
Something like that.
Okay. But have you had the vaccine yet? Have you been offered the vaccine yet?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
Okay. It's very nice because sometimes it's good to actually get an idea of how people are dealing with the thing, and we only sort of see locally, what the potential rollout here is here, and there's been nothing on the horizon in Bangkok. They were doing just down the road, 8 kilometres down the road in Bang Khae, that little cluster. They were making an effort with the cluster to get the cluster rolled out. And people around the surrounding areas, but whether it was effective or not, we don't really hear the follow-on stories. Phuket, they've only got 100,000 people out of whatever the population is, and so again the rollout's been very slow. You got to wonder, will we, I think they said at the current rate of the rollout, we'll have 70% of the population vaccinated within 3 years. That's what they've said. Okay, so we've got twice as many people here, or a little over twice as many people here in Thailand, in a size of the country which is in a tenth the size of Australia. I can imagine how hard it's going to be to vaccinate Australia as well. So. Yeah. Paul, how much dollars to buy a house where you are moving? Well, our one costs 3.8 million. So that was in the video, Paul. So you should have watched the video. Come on, don't make these videos for nothing. I mean, you're supposed to watch the whole video. I just put the really juicy bits at the end of the video, so you watch the whole video. That's the whole idea. That's the art of making video. The longer viewing times boost your SEO scores. So I don't say at the beginning how much things cost, I say at the end, so you have to stay till the end of the video. That's how it works. Certainly was one of the Warren, congratulations on your new house. Happy. Thanks, Robert. Always good to hear the feedback. Amazing history that is not taught in the US. That movie got me reading a lot about Australian history. What movie was that one? You made him. What movie was that? Did I miss something? Okay, I've lost the track of whether. So many conversations going on in the sub-threads, it always gets confusing.
No.
A lot of people, a lot of our history isn't taught in the US today, even our own history. Yes, look, I think, well, this is the thing. See, a teacher is only given a curriculum, and the curriculums take 5 years to put together, right? And the movement of technology these days makes it impossible. So you just get out of teaching school, right? What they're taught in teaching school is already 5 years out of date, because that's how long it takes to get into the study process. Right, and then books are going to be printed and all that sort of stuff to match up, and the only way they can grade student, you know what it is. And unfortunately, technology is moving at such a pace now that it's impossible to keep up. And of course, the good, intelligent people, they'd prefer a better job, better paying job, than teaching the riffraff of modern day society. Considering the fact that kids are allowed to walk into bloody schools with guns and things like that in America, from what I understand.
Well,
not allowed
to.
They're not allowed to, but they do. They walk
happens.
It happens. Yeah.
But in the areas where that's endemic, they have metal detectors as they come into the school.
No, it's a sad state of our human race when you've got to think about that sort of stuff. And so you can't say anything bad to the students. Right, you tell your students off, they'll take you to court now. What? Really? What the hell happened to our society?
Well, and you can't discipline your child because they'll call child protective services on you, and then the next thing you know, they take the kid away, which is cool.
Yeah.
Take them.
Rabbit Proof French was the reference. Okay, Rabbit Proof French was a movie. It was the movie that okay, that makes sense now. Thanks for that, Stephen. Yeah, Robert. Sorry, but yes, yeah. Our planet is sort of going down the gurgler faster than we can sort of poke a stick at it. I think it's going to come down to the fact that we're going to have to find some way of, getting back to single income families. Somebody staying home to educate the children, right? That's the only way we can really go forward in society, because you can't expect the schools to do it. The decline and fall of Western civilization started when we stopped disciplining our kids. I have to totally agree with you, Mr. Sick Puppy. Sick Puppy. Yes. You need a better name than Sick Puppy. You sound intelligent. How about you tag yourself with an intelligent name? Sick Puppy just doesn't work.
Well, maybe he truly is a sick puppy.
Maybe he's a sick puppy.
That can be something to be proud of.
The woke, that's right, the woke generation. Yeah. Honestly, Buddhism, the main tenet of Buddhism is to know thyself and to everything to inspire transcendence, right? You've got the wrong religions running around the world now. Mind you, again, I don't see much of this transcendence philosophy going on in Thai society either. But such is life. Anyway, I think we're caught up. But what have I missed? Have I missed anything? Any questions? If you've got any questions, throw your questions out there, because I'm sure we can sort of... Sick puppy. I grew up in Belize and was disciplined, and it saved me from the gangs when I came to America. Okay. I grew up in Scotland. My formative years were Scotland. Don't stand against the pub wall when Billy Totty comes down the road drunk as a skunk, because it doesn't matter who you are, he'll just grab the first guy he can see and punch his lights out. That's how you learn to fight. When Belize stopped allowing parents to discipline the kids, the country declined and is now dangerous. Okay, guys, I've got to run, heading out to the party. You're going to a party, yeah, okay. Don't worry, Rob, we will be having, look, if everything goes to plan, we should be able to do the housewarming party, maybe early August, I'm betting. We should have enough infrastructure there to host the throngs of people who will want to come and visit. The best thing for me was getting whipping. We had in our house, Mr. Sick Puppy, it was the blue thing with bristles. We didn't have a whip. It was a blue thing. Mum wielded the blue thing with bristles. That kept you in line.
Don't they call that a bottle brush?
No, it was a hairbrush.
Oh, a hairbrush.
It was a hairbrush. It was a blue thing with bristles.
My mom used a switch, which would be a branch cut off of a small bush, and it would wrap all the way around your leg.
Yeah, a willow tree.
And of course, at school we had the cane. If you were really bad, you got 6 of the best. But if you didn't get your homework done on time, you got 2. A standard discipline for not doing your homework was 2 of the best, right? And every teacher had the switch, which was a piece of bamboo stick, about maybe 6 foot long, about maybe 1 centimeter diameter, 10 millimeter diameter, or what's that, less than half an inch diameter. And yeah, 2 of the best, hand out, and you got 2 across the tips of your fingers. God, that stung. It certainly taught you to bloody do your homework. What's the discipline now if you don't do your homework? I've got no idea. Is there discipline if you don't do your homework?
No.
What's the discipline when you wag school?
They send you home.
When the truant officer catches you out and about, what's the discipline now?
We don't have truant officers.
They send a note home to your parents and expect your parents to deal with it. Well, darling, what can I say? Don't get caught. Spent 3 years of most of my schooling, running, truanting. I never got caught. You mustn't have my blood in you. Get better.
Exactly.
Women don't breastfeed anymore; they chest feed. The world's gone nuts. I can't disagree there. The world is completely off. The box of Fruit Loops comes to mind. How far? Well, that's a good question. How far is the house from the BTS? It's a good walk now. Basically, it's now a taxi drive, or I can no longer really sort of jump in a taxi on the bottom of the street, because I've actually got our house is like 3 kilometres off the main road, which is Sai Ha, and Sai Ha, the taxis are infrequent along Sai Ha because that's a north-south run. Taxis tend to navigate the east-west runs, which is the main feed in and out of Bangkok. The north-south runs, they tend to get forgotten about, so we now pretty much resigned to grabbing it, and of course trying to get a grab taxi out to our house is going to be a lot of fun, because really the estate is not even marked. I have submitted into Google a point and locator in Google to try to get a listing on Google, but because we don't actually have a business there, the chances of actually getting that even sort of up onto the Google Maps is very, very miscellaneous, sort of, they just don't do that shit. It needs to be a business to be sort of registered. But again, we don't even have address systems. I'm just trying to sort of improve the Google Maps system so that you can actually get a pinpointer to say, this is my house, come and pick me up from here. Because the Grab system, they use Google Maps. And I can try to submit our current location, but whether they actually follow the map or not, that's another matter. So it's going to be fun. More than likely, my trips into Bangkok will consist of me going to Wat Don Wai, which is the local market north or northwest of us, about 3 kilometres northwest. So me riding the scooter or my push bike. I've just ordered my push bike, by the way. Ordering that to come to to go to Wat Don Wai, and there's a bus from Wat Don Wai which goes directly to the city, and it runs every 10 minutes on average. We still get a lot of whistling coming from Ricky there. Sorry about that. Can you go to push to talk, Ricky? Can you just go to push to talk? So just got to stop that feedback loop. There's still something whistling in the background. But yes, that's right. If you can, that is. It doesn't bother me. I'm used to it because I'm a gamer, but obviously people watching the video will probably get a little bit annoyed with it. That's cool. Yeah, but there is a bus route that's I think the 559 goes from Wat Don Wai into Siam and then down Sukhumvit Road and to come back again. But that trip is a 2-hour bus trip into the city. So it's not a joyful thing. At night time, the bus does come back at night, but it's a 1-hourly service in the night time. So if I'm going to hook up with people in, for Susie's bar, for instance, I'm going to have to really do a trip planner now, because whether I'll actually get a taxi willing to go out to Saiha, out to our location, is going to be a lot of fun, because they're going to, most taxi drivers will go, what the hell, really? Mangano, wow. They're just not going. They're not going there, buddy. Because most of the times they look at where you're going to and they think about it. Will I get a trip back? Because don't forget, that's the thing. There's a trip out west, at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, there's nobody really going back into the city, and the city is where the fares are going to be. So, basically that's half the value of a daytime trip. So they turn their nose up at the best of times, but again there is enough competition where they sort of bite the bullet and sort of every second taxi will take you out to where we are now, but whether they'll actually take us out to Nakhon Pathom, right, or Don Wai, Tambon, Don Wai, Tambon. That they're going to sit there and go, what the fuck? It's going to be fun. Anyway, the old electric frying pan cord was Grandma's tool of choice. Really? Well, that must have hurt. I know the blue thing or bristles wasn't too bad because it's a nice flat surface. Left a bit of a mark, but it didn't lacerate, but I'm pretty sure the electric frying pan cord, that would cause lacerations, wouldn't it? Was it Paul? I said, I copped the cane at school. It hurt. Yes, it was. It made you do your homework, didn't it? Yeah. Miss breastfeeding on the buses. Now have to drink coffee. Really, Stephen. Niall, g'day. How you doing? Good to see you here. We caught up with Niall on Wednesday down at the special meetup down in the bar there, and it was a great night that we had with everybody. Is that your regular squeeze, Niall, or is just somebody you managed to, a good friend you managed to catch up for the night? I thought she was a bit on the young side for you. I forgot to mention that when I was there. I didn't want to say anything in front of her, of course. Hopefully they get extended. Yeah. Well, the BTS will get extended out to size C. When the BTS goes to size, the MRT goes to size C, but that's not for 5 years. It's just going to mean the fact that I don't have to plan it. More than likely, what I'll be doing for the business, the Bangkok trips. Susie's already sort of said I could always ride my bike in. I could park there, and she'll make sure that everything's taken care of and won't get sort of nothing will happen. But it'll also mean the fact that when I go in to meet people for the meetups and the boys' night out, I will be drinking the lemon squash as I did on Wednesday night because I'm driving home. I'm not one of these people that support the whole idea of drink driving, especially in Thailand. There's too many idiots out there. I want to keep 100% or 110% of my faculties for anything time that I'm on the road. But yes, so that's more than likely how I will meet up, and I'll just be lemon squashing it. I think Susie's little shot, the Red Bull shots that she does, with the Drambuie or something. I can't remember what she puts in them. I might have a few of those, but there's very little alcohol in them. But they're quite yummy. I quite like those. But generally, I'll be drinking lemon squash if I have to ride in. My motto, if you haven't, my motto, if you haven't offended you yet, wait, it's coming up. Well, you haven't been listening. Okay, yes, wait your turn. Yeah, today was tough though. I usually do 7 laps around the park, and I did 3 today. Felt dizzy, took a rest, decided to walk back to the hotel, barely got 10,000 steps in today. Yeah, my walks have been a little bit thrown off kilter as well because of all the running around. I didn't get my steps in, but I know what you mean. Work to be done. Those fitness things, but my weight's still fairly well stable at 80.5 kilos. So I think once we move to the new house and I get to push biking it up to the 7-Eleven in the morning for my coffee, and that's the other thing. My Grab, I was looking at the Grab app from the house yesterday. Nothing delivers. Grab don't deliver. The line man does service the area, but the app is completely in Thai. I can't even read the app. Food Panda doesn't deliver. So again, nighttime meals, everything I think looks like people on the scooter or on the Vulcan out to a local shop to get food. The good with the bad. Not that it really worries me. It's just the only problem, I don't take the bikes out, apart from the fact that I tend to walk around the soy here. Just the act of getting my bike out is such a freaking job because of the nature of the car park downstairs. That's something I am not going to miss because apart from the fact that Pa is off to Sukhothai for 2 weeks. But we got the Fortuner here, we've got the 4 motorcycles, the Vios, and we've got push bikes and motorcycles parked at the front as well because of the people that come and help Mother with the sewing. It's like a damn parking lot, and try to get any particular thing out of the. I'll just walk down the street, thank you very much. That's half the reason. Can't be bothered playing juggle the motorcycles. That's something I will not be missing. Stephen, I got the cane because I wrote Mr. Wills is a wanker on the quadrangle. Mr. Wills was the headmaster. Yeah, well, I wouldn't surprise me. You seem like the ne'er-do-well that would do that sort of thing, Mr. Monash. I used to get it twice because it used to grab the cane every time it hit me, and just nerves in my hand used to close. You're right. What push bike did I buy? Okay, I suppose I can show you. What did I get? If I go to Lazada, L-A-Z, lazada.co.th, log in to my account. Yes, log in, Lazada, fill that in, log in, drop that down. Oh, bring it over here. Let's squeeze it in a little bit. Okay, let's go to my account, my orders. This is what I bought, and yeah, so let me sort of get you a translation. If you are ever using Lazada, the tips that I would recommend, I don't want to, get me back to that. I want to translate the page. Come on, translate the page, thank you. Yeah, so it's a Omnia Power mountain bike, folding bike, long distance bike, 6-axle wheel, 26-inch, 21-speed folding bike, beautiful shape, GS Sport. So that's what it looks like. The girl doesn't come with it. That's an optional extra. But yeah, so the actual, the picture, it looks like a half decent bike. It's got good sized tyres on it. It's got suspension front and back. The reason why I chose it, this is the tips that I always use when you're using Lazada. Now, what are you buying? Well, okay, ratings can be faked, but generally when you've got 256.7 ratings and a 4.5 star rating, invariably they won't go to that expense to fake the account and everything else. So that's one of the things I would look at. Whether the actual price has dropped from 16,000 baht to 3,499 baht, I doubt very much that was the original price, but that's just typical advertising bullshit. But yeah, always look at the ratings. So these are probably translated. Bike is very beautiful gift. They supply some pictures of what they bought and what turned up. Comes with looks like a bike pump. Wow, see it, will always like every heart. This is translated. Not only are you getting good ratings, people are rating it very well, but you're actually getting seller responses. And like this one here 2 weeks ago. Assembly is not difficult. I like it. Beautiful. Thank you for a nice review. Customers like our products. We're glad. So it's not one of these fly by night. This looks like an established shop, within the Lazada. They do value their customer feedback. There's 1 month to go. This is the assembled buy. That's what it looked like when he got it on the box. That was all the parts. So you can get an idea that yes, people, it could be faked, right? But generally, it's a way to determine whether it's a good shop or a bad shop on Lazada. So a little bit of tips if you're using Lazada over here. Alternatively, like I just ordered, my printer told me that I needed a thing. Again, 96 ratings. This was, I just ordered a new replacement cartridge for my printer. That arrived yesterday, so that was, there it is, in the box, all packaged up. So that, I don't really, so far I haven't had any problems with Lazada, but the reason I don't get any problems on Lazada is, again, part of it comes down to due diligence, making sure that, you exercise every bit of caution you could, look for the positive signs, make sure that the things are rated well, you're generally sort of fairly safe in your purchasing. But yes, as you can see, if you look at my orders, you can see I order a few things every so often. Got that little power bank. It's a 20 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt, milliwatt. There we go. So it's a little digital display. Powers up your phone if you run out of charge. If you're away from PowerPoint. Chanya's always buying. I've got two. That one there, I quite like that one. It's a nice size. What was that one? That was a drawer I bought for underneath the table, which unfortunately I forgot to really get the measurements out, and it quite doesn't fit. I need to do a modification to the desk to make that fit. These little shoe things that I bought there, like these, what they call 5-toe shoes. These are great for wandering around the soil, just very super comfortable. But yeah. What else is there? That's page 1. I think do you get more pages? I think you probably do get more pages. Or is it, would have thought there'd be. I bought more things. Maybe they drop off the thing after 6 months or something, I'm guessing. But yes, I use it from time to time. I don't use it every week, but I find Lazada is pretty good, and I pay for it on my phone. So it's got what they call the 123 service, and it goes through quite quickly. Things are usually delivered in a timely manner. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question. I know I get a bit carried away with that sort of stuff. Paul in Sydney, yes, was Morris, yes, Paul. Quentin, g'day, how you doing? Yes, everything is well. Everything is well here in sunny Thailand. We've actually had a bit of rain lately. It's very unseasonal rain, considering this is coming into April. Top of the month, end of the year, sort of what they call the hot season. But we've actually been sort of doused with a bit of water lately. It's pretty good. Stephen Munnis, perfect student. I doubt it. Now I'm a teacher, it is totally unacceptable. Just realised what I forgot. Gamer head fonts. Gamer headphones. Headphones. Oh, gamer headphones. Yes.
Yeah. That way I have got a sensitive microphone.
Oh, well, I find, the earbuds sort of usually work quite well if you haven't got, a setup. If you're using the mobile phone, using earbuds usually sort of gets rid of that sort of stuff. But yes, a lot of gamer headphones can cause what they call the vibration through the boom.
Okay.
But it's again, the more you tweak the system, the better it gets.
Cool.
Yes, my biology teacher said I was mentally and physically immature right on my school. I'm sure you weren't that bad, Stephen. Sometimes when I get a hold of sometimes when I'm on hold, I will search for products on Lazada to get an idea of what I can get easily in Thailand. Hey, look, it's not a bad place to wander through. Now, of course, I use the Brave browser, so I don't get a direct page translation, which is done if you're using Google Chrome. All I'm using, it has the same extensions as Google Chrome. I actually have to tell it to translate a page, which I find annoying, because Google Chrome, alternatively, if you've got the Chrome extension for the translate, it will automatically translate the page, which makes browsing Lazada a bit easier. And although I suppose I could open Chrome browser to browse Lazada, I'm just a bit lazy that way. But little tips and tricks that I'll always give you guys. And do you want the privacy of Brave, or do you want Google tracking everything? And so then you're looking at push bikes, and then all you see for the next 3 weeks is push bike ads after you've already bought one. Yeah, okay. That's how it works, guys. I prefer to buy from a local bicycle store in case something goes wrong, or the bike to support local stores. Yeah, well, I would have, but the guy down here didn't have the style of bike I wanted, and I said, well, with Chanya's help, I said, do you have a brochure of what you can get? No, he doesn't. I said, well, what I'm looking for, and I showed him a picture, and he says, maybe not have. You can't get one. I said, well, there you go, you lose my business. That's the sort of bike I'm looking for. I want something that has a fold-up, right, has all those features that we looked at on that bike. And, that's the thing. They do find it's very hard to compete against Lazada most of the time. Lazada, anybody can get a shop going on Lazada, well, apart from Farang like myself. I don't think I can, but I could get my setup in Chanya's name. Prefer to buy from you. Yeah. Yes, the portable chargers, they really do work, Richie. I've got a nice little slimline one that I carry. This one has a, excuse me. This is the one I carry with me. It's a 10. It's a 10. Was a milliwatt, 10,000 milliwatt, but it's a what do you call it? It's a lithium battery inside that, and it's really slim and compact. And when I'm out and about, and of course, now that you've got the Thai Chanya app running continuously in your phone, it does suck about an extra 20% of your power out of your phone as well on a daily basis. And of course, if I'm out with Chanya, she's running tethered, so I've got my tether Wi-Fi going, plus the Thai Channel app. So I only get about maybe 8 to 9 hours out of my fully charged battery on my phone normally. So I got to keep that as a spare reserve. Such is life, you know. Not that it worries me, but that's that does a full that put my phone on that thing there, and it really sort of, you know, keeps the phone going the whole length of the day. I didn't use it yesterday. I got home with about 15% charge left yesterday, and that was, how long was I out for? I was out for what? We left. I picked her up from the salon at 12, and then we got home at 8. So that was 8 hours, and I had 15% charge left. So yeah, we've got a pretty good run. But I used to get at least 4 to 6 hours more before the Thai Channel app. The Thai Channel app just running Bluetooth. You know, it's always searching Bluetooth. So and that Bluetooth really does suck out the juice. Buy a lithium battery, the bike will go. Yeah, right, thanks, Stephen. This is one that doesn't have batteries in it. This is one that's a pedal power only. Kolan was a bit rainy, was it? Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. Melbourne weather sucks, 30 degrees Celsius 2 days ago, 70 today. Actually, I had sort of, you know, one of our good followers on the channel who kept on, he said, the house doesn't have expansion joints and things like that, and I'm trying to get across the idea, well, we don't have the variance of temperature here in Australia, as we do in Australia, so, you know, expansion joints and things like that on your house is not so relevant, because you don't, you know, I said, you know, between cold season and hot season we get a 15-degree variance in temperature, you know, from day to night, you know, for total across the year. Not like daily changes, which can really sort of, you know, where you do need to deal with that expansion. But again, you know, these are, oh, hold on a second, looks like I got Lazada. Ready, Carp? So you have from Lazada you want to deliver, yeah? You have, you want to know. So Pekistan Roy Hawk, Pek, พูดไทยนิดหน่อยบ้านผมน้องแคมPekistan Roy Hawk หมู่บ้านซีเพชร Look, wait, hold on. I'll go and get somebody else who can translate. Wait. keep him occupied. I'll be back in a minute. Wait. Hold on. Telephone card. Where's my headphones? Yes, that's probably my bike arriving. typically, you know, like you give them all the address that is, you know, the postal system can find where we live, but that's a completely different thing, isn't it? Oh, where's my glasses? Can't see a damn thing now. Yes, anyway. So, yep. Mother's downstairs. She can tell them where it is because they don't know how to read a map. And of course, Google doesn't help. You actually can't put the address into Google. Anyway, we are back again. Don B, good afternoon. How you doing? Sydney weather, rained this morning and it's sunny as, yes. Get training wheels for the back and more stability when the don't give me that. I think we need to fire up the heating soon. Yes, was it getting towards winter now, I guess, over there? Warren ordering takeaway. No, that was a Lazada. Well, the Lazada delivery. I don't know who's doing the delivery, but the bike is about ready to arrive. And then, of course, this afternoon will be assembly. Take the chair, Oggy. Did Oggy do the right job? Did he keep everybody amused while I was away? Where's Chanya? She's at work. People have said, why don't I do a live stream from there? Well, you know, it means getting over to the shop at 10 o'clock before opening time and setting a lot of things up. I was actually quite impressed with Nick in the Hideaway. But he's got a crew now, like, you know, setting up his little mobile broadcasting setup there, laptops and cameras. And he's got his own cameraman, a camera guy that can do the footage, and you know, and then of course his mate will do the mixing between, you know, the live stream broadcast and the camera. And I absolutely totally impressed with that shit. But again, that's what happens. You've got a bit of money, you can actually employ people to do that stuff, can't you? You know, if I could afford to have a young Thai bloke come out and sort of, just hold a camera so we can actually get all the candid stuff, with me and Chanya, would be really that'd be something else. But such is life. Stephen Monash, this is no way to run a railroad. Get a grip. Wazza, are you going to do a video on assembly of the bike? Do you think I should? I thought, I don't do a sort of I don't do unboxing videos. My channel's not really unboxing. It was give Lazada Shanya's phone number, make it easier. Well, that would be one way, but it's mother's downstairs, which is as easy to just take the phone downstairs and get them to turn up that way. And there's the truck there, looks like it. That's right. Yeah. Don't think that probably won't work, but if I go to here and go to original, I can take that camera like that. No, okay. No, okay. Oh, that probably is him. He's doing a. I don't think he's worked it out yet. He's over there. I don't know. Is that him? Is that him coming to the 4A? Can't really tell. I don't see any boxes downstairs, but he might have put it on the thing. I really can't tell. Anyway. Oi! Now I'm going to put the camera back without breaking everything. Yeah, okay. I will go and check it out shortly. Oh, there's an update available. I'll do that later. 10 minutes of the hour. If he does a video on the bike build, expect a lot of swearing. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If it's anything to do with Thailand, there's always a lot of swearing involved. I find that most of the swearing is to do with being on the road somewhere. Oh God, the crazy driving we have here in Thailand, you would not believe. The biggest problem with PopeKael Road is the fact that we don't have overpass U-turns, And so you got 3 lanes of traffic going one way, you got 3 lanes of traffic going the other way. And of course, there's no back streets. So if you're on the south side of PopeKael Road, right, and you want to go to 7-Eleven, you've actually got to go west 3 kilometres, do a U-turn, go east 5 kilometres to the next U-turn point, do a U-turn and come to the 7-Eleven, or vice, you get the. And so half of the traffic problems on PopeKael Road are just traffic doing U-turns. And it's not the actual act of doing U-turns, it's doing a U-turn so a single car, when he does get his nose into one lane, then he'll take 3 lanes to do the U-turn and banks up 3 lanes of traffic, right? And that's for every person just doing a local trip to go from point A to point B, because there's no back roads. It is an absolute joke, it really is. And of course, when you start looking at the amount of people on PopeKael Road, you know, it's a joke. It really is. It's an absolute joke. Of course, I won't have to deal with that as much out on Saiha because it's a north-south run. Mind you, that road can still take a fair bit of traffic because it's a business road. We will do those videos at some stage. I'm going to get something set up on the. I didn't mention what I also want to put on the. We'll talk about this before I'm closing. Let me just get my Lazada back up. I've got something that I'm about ready to order. It's on my wish list. Was it getting started? A new bike? Can I see a? I can see a bike. A lot of people have video editors now. It says, yeah, no need to get a bike right, as good as new in 10 years. Yeah, but where is my Lazada account? Let me just go back here again. So I've got something in my shopping cart. Price looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. This is the new DJI Pocket 2. So I'm looking at getting some new camera gear. I was very impressed with Tim's one, but as the original Pocket when it came out had really bad audio. But now they get this kit which has Bluetooth. This is what they call the DJI Pocket 2 Creator Combo. It's got all the bits and pieces, all the Go gear. It's got, I'm pretty sure that one doesn't have the extension on it. So that's the thing. There's one that's got the extension as well. I thought this one here had the extension. Yes, this one here has the. So I don't know which one to go for. It's got the cradle extension with it as well, so it gets all the bits, but it also gets that rod, which seemed cheaper. That's $16.19, and if you look at there, the rod only is $2,400 extension rod. So I've got to do the pricing. I do want to get this extension rod with it as well to help with the framing. So I've got to do a bit of price juggling with the Creator Kit, which is. So $16,990. So it seems $16,990 plus 2,4. That's 18. That's a 19,4. So it's a little bit cheaper than 19,900. So it's something I got to work out. But from what I understand, it's getting some great ratings. I've went through half a dozen videos so far, and all the bits and pieces really look quite impressive. So that's something to look forward to. Better quality video. A bit more stabilization, and hopefully we'll overcome this audio problem that I get with the Bluetoothing that I have, because the Bluetooth at the moment really becomes a problem when you're in a highly saturated Bluetooth area, like in a shopping center or at the car show or something like that, because there's so much Bluetooth signal running around. You can get really quite a lot of cross feedback, and it causes a lot of static on the phone. I've had a lot of footage I've had to cut out of the videos because you get this Bluetooth. But anyway, so that's something that's coming. What colour was it? What colour lycra? You're not going to catch me wearing lycra. Give me a break, guys. I'm not that bad. This is for going down in the morning to get my coffee, okay? Because I won't be walking the 2.5 kilometres there and back. I will ride down to the 7-Eleven, on my push bike, which is still as good. I think 5 kilometre push bike ride is equivalent to a 2 kilometre walk, isn't it? I think when it comes to the heart value. Put a bell streamer. And I'm going to get one of those clicky things, the card that you put in the spokes, but it's not going to sound very good because I think the spokes, I've got 3 spokes. It's a solid rim style, so I don't have spokes, so I can't get the clicky sound. Or if I do get it, it'll go click, click, click. Might be typically the zooming bike noise engine you get with the card in the spokes. And a flag, yeah. A dinky saddle. I was looking for one of those old style dragsters, the 3-speed dragsters we had when we were kids. And you can't get them anymore. Why don't they make them anymore? They were pretty cool looking bikes, Bikes down in speedo. Here's a peg and a piece of cardboard, a thing, and the tire. Well, that's what I mean. It is a thing. I'm pretty sure we can make it work, but I don't have spokes on my tyres, so I can't make it work. Your trouble is you buy all the gear, and then an 8-year-old passes you on the cycle path. Yeah, tell me about it. I have a pregnant mum pushing a pram passes me. You're in good form today, Stephen. Stephen and Dale, I think the two of you are going 1 for 1. So what's the score? LMA, gotta get you some streamers for the handlebars. Oh, you and your streamer bullshit, really. Got to run. Have a great weekend. Yeah, okay, Mr. Mitchell. I'm out of here. I'm just going to try to close it up now. It's been a fun morning. Keeping people apprised. I've got 3 videos in the can. Well, actually, on the computer. So I've got some work to do tomorrow. I'll probably try to get one out for Monday. I'll do a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday release. Public, or Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday for all the Patreons and members here, so you get early access to it. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon. We do have a membership down below if you want to be one of the special members. Always appreciated, never expected or wanted. No, well, wanted, expected, whatever. It's always appreciated. That's all I'd like to say. Keeps Chanya busy and well dressed. You know how it works. Cue the song, get off. Yeah, let's cue the song, get off. Okay, where's the song? Closing screen. Peace out, guys. Love you and leave you, and we'll catch up with you next week. Stay tuned. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Bye for now. Peace out, and we're out of here.
I want you to lift me up so